Let's take a look in game 2. Who has got contracts so far? Once this round ends, we will know who has picked up what. Leeroy. See if he's able to win another game in 2 games in a row. Leeroy starting off with a solid Void Stone here. Fresnel claim got a Chainmail. Sleep got a Talisman. Bot's got a Kaya. Montroller's got a Mask. Jeez. Headdress, Claymore, and another Claymore. So no contracts again. Wow, 2 games in a row without any contracts. That's very interesting. It's not what you would expect in these lobbies. Most of the time, if people see contracts, they just kind of just take it because it's just so good. With Legion Commander, it's essentially a free win. So SwiftPanther here. Starting out with the Brawnies again. I mean, it worked for him game 1, so he's probably looking into forcing Brawnies once again in game 2. I believe that's his goal. He's got 2 Beastmasters. Even if he does get Scrappies, he's probably not going to play into that as much as he would play into Brawnies. Montroller, starting out with some Assassins on his bench. But he's deciding to use the Druids and the Axe instead of playing the Assassins. He's got a pair of Axe, Shaman, and Nyx here. Let's see what he's going to do with this. He's first taking a look at if he can eco, and he realizes that he can't, so he might just end up buying the Viper as well here. He's actually going to ignore the Axe and he's going to find an Enchantress 2-star in his shop. Now, how is he going to manage to complete this Ench 2-star while keeping all his Assassins is going to be the question. There's something that he can do would be selling off the Clockwork, but he instead sells his, what did he sell just now? He sold his extra Shadow Shaman and Axe to finish the Ench 2-star. So he's deciding to just abandon the Shadow Shamans, just gonna play with the Ench 2 instead, and that's gonna give him a free 2-star Shadow Shaman instead. And if he finds a Treant, he can just get rid of the Shadow Shaman and play the Treant, while maintaining all the Assassins on his bench still to give him another potential build that he can go into here. So Sleep got Mages on his bench with the Storms. He's also got 1 Scrappy at the moment. So he's gonna sell some stuff, get to 10 gold. He's gonna keep the Heartless on the bench with the Abaddon Drowse paired up now. Does have a Legion, but it's very unlikely he's gonna play into it. Fresnel here has 2 TBs on his bench, has a Legion Commander as well. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what kind of build Fresnel will go into. He is fighting into Peachlub, double Razor's Tiny, and looks like Peachlub is gonna go into Mages straight up. That's a really hardcore mage opening. Peachlub's got going at the moment. So we're gonna have a mage board this game. We did not see one in the previous game, and having a mage board could definitely change the dynamic in the game. One of the counters to Scrappies is mages after all. So there's a lot of potential there. And Leeroy, the one who was just absolutely dominating last game, playing on a lose streak at the moment, and I think it's not looking too hot for him currently. He does find some Assassins, he decides to sell them, and he sold also his Abaddon off. He's actually selling a lot of things for 20 gold here. What is the plan here? Oh, I see what he's doing. He's gonna hard force Scrappies once again. He sees a Clockwork in the shop and he sees that he can make 20 gold with the rest of his units, so he's gonna sell everything off. He's turning completely into Scrappies here. Even though they're just all 1-star, that's the plan. I don't think 35 round games are very nice. Scrappy Andy. Yeah, Leeroy is a Scrappy Andy. Martini here has 2-star Snapfire, Timbersaw, Shaman. Pretty much, it looks like how Martini likes to play is just he just takes whatever 2-stars he can and just plays into them. It's generally a good way to play, but we'll see how he's gonna branch this off into like some solid builds that can actually win the game. So he's got a Midas now on round 5. Last game he also had a Midas, which was kind of helpful for him for a while. Peachlub found an Axe 2-star in the shop. He's not going to buy it now because he's on 20 gold and he's going to hit the interest point. Or he actually is going to buy it. And if he loses this round, he's going to regret it a lot because he's not going to hit that interest point. But because he's got Axe 2, Ogre 2, Razor 2, the chance of him losing a round is probably not that high. So Fresnel has a couple TBs and Legions on the bench. Fresnel, I'm not entirely sure what his game plan is at the moment, but it seems like he might play into some kind of Hunter Legion Commander build with a Terrorblade Demon, and he's gonna get Druids also in there. He did sell his Beastmaster off, so it's gonna. That's interesting because he didn't actually need to sell his Beastmaster off, right? He had 20 gold already, but he decided to do it anyway. And now he's still gonna hold the TBs and the Legions on the bench. This is not something that I've seen before do well, so I'm very interested to see like how this is gonna play out for Fresnel here. And SwiftPanther, he actually is playing into some scrappies with Shadow Demon. He didn't find any axes. I think he really would have liked to play one of his comfort builds, Brawnies, but because he didn't find any axes and he's only got 2 Beastmasters, he's sort of just playing whatever other units that he's picked up instead. And if he does end up finishing the Beastmaster, he might just play it anyway. He does have a Pudge 2-star in his shop. That's like a really tanky unit for himself. But playing into Pudge means you have to play into Heartless as well. So let's see what he's going to do. He's got a win streak. He's going to take the Pudge anyway. He's going to sell off the extra Shadow Demons. He's at 15 gold currently. He sells off the Queen of Pain, the Witch Doctor, throws in the Beastmaster, and that's going to give him the 5 units that he needs, but that's going to put him at X9. And because he was not able to figure out what he's going to do until the very last second, it looks like his board was not prepared for this fight. Let's see if if Peachlub's 4 units are still able to take out SwiftPanther's win streak, and it looks like it is. Peachlub is a monster right now. It's got a Storm 2, Razor 2, Ogre 2, Axe 2. He's even got another Storm on the bench. Now, if Peachlub would just level and find more mages for himself and just play into like 6 mage build this game, I think that would be absolutely amazing. With this kind of start that Peachlub has, and the more he levels, the more units he gets to put in, the higher the chances the Storm is just gonna, get more zips off and do more damage in the fights, and that's gonna essentially win him rounds. So now Fresnel picking up the Legion 2-star, does have a TB as well, so and picks up a Lone Druid in the shop on round 9, extremely early Lone Druid. That's gonna give this Legion Commander Demon bonus from the TB, and then Savages from the LD and the Ench. Now, until the LD is 2-starred, the Legion does not have a chance of becoming a 3-star. And if Fresnel got the dual damage there, that's very happy with that. Getting these dual damages early in the game is like the best thing that could happen. That's for sure. This lobby is stacked. Yeah, this lobby is stacked. So let's see what Fresnel's gonna take here for his Underlord. ends up with an Essex so that Legion Commander will have extra bonus demon damage. Montroller gonna go with Happy Hour. Peachlub gets... So only Martini and Leeroy took Eno. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 guys took Joe this game. What's up, critically bad? So the Legion Commander board is gonna try its best to come back into this game. Oh, it actually has a terribly 2-star in the shop. So now Fresnel does have a 2-star demon who's also gonna benefit from this Legion and the NSX being on the board, being demons, getting that extra damage. And I wonder if Fresnel is gonna plan to play into like Hunters this game. He can definitely play a Weaver, connect insects with the Savages as well, so that could be interesting. Sleep. So Sleep and Peachlub both going into mages here. Sleep seems like a little bit weaker of a board, doesn't have Ogre 2, doesn't have Axe 2 for the brutes. So Sleep is having a lot of trouble, and I think Sleep is kind of gonna bleed out unless he figures something out very, very soon in this game. Leeroy here trying to make a comeback with the double Midases. It's a very interesting positioning from Leeroy, just all the way into the back corner. Trying to delay the fights. And it looks like Leeroy just got crushed by Montroller. Montroller with his super tanky Jewel going in there for the fight. The casual Viper 2-star assassin board that he has. I mean, this is less assassins and more like the power of brutes or like druids and insects at the moment. And he's on his way to level 7 already. He's got plenty of gold. Like what the time that he upgrades his Queen of Pain and Ember, that's his true power spike for Montroller. Once he gets those upgraded, this board is gonna be absolutely insane. Craigasm. This Jewel super tanky, tanking it up. Looks like Montroller has won the past like 10 rounds, seems like. Very strong. Martini here, also going on a win streak. Last game we also saw him have a mid-game win streak. This game is also having a mid-game win streak. Finished a Lycan 2-star with a Bloodseeker on it, so he's got some Deadeye. He's got the Lycan to make Hunters here. Very good early game 2-star units, all of these guys here. And with the Eno, that's going to give some disables. It's going to be really strong. SwiftPanther is also having a small win streak with his Pudge 2, Clock 2, Bounty 2. Also got Barrels. Joe has a Tinker 2 now. My goodness. What a board all of a sudden. Playing Heartless with Scrappies is not something you see every day. It really isn't something you see every day. But it should work out in this situation. But these mages though, oh my goodness. I just realized Peachlub has an Axe 3 and Ogre 3 on round 13. That's a round 13 Axe 3, Ogre 3, and double Storm Spirits. Peachlub doesn't even need to get Storm 3 anymore. All he's got to do is get 6 mages on this board, and he's just going to destroy everybody. This is one of the most impressive boards. This is what you call the Big Boss 3 stars. The big boss 3 stars is how you beat all the Lord players. Papega clap. Now, if he stays on 6 and keeps trying to roll to hit Storm 3, he will probably just die out. It's like he's not rolling for many units at the same time. But if you went to 7, 8, 9 and puts in 6 mages with these 2 super beefy tanks, and he also has Hobgin with friendly fire, which does a lot of damage as well in 6 mages, that would probably just carry him. In most games, people, when they play mages, they play Joel. They don't play Hobgin, even though Hobgin can do a lot of damage. But as you can see right now, like, this axe just doesn't die, and this allows his storms to just like zip around the fight while the axe holds down all the aggro. And Sleep, the other mage board, is gonna lose out to Peachlub's board. So Fresnel actually disconnected, and it seems like he's got 70 gold, and he's probably gonna end up getting last place at this rate. Unfortunate for Fresnel. Sure, he wanted to collect some points. Leeroy here moved up his units into a better position. Does have a Tinker with Voidstone instead of Midas, actually. That's very interesting. Normally when you have a Tinker 2-star, you probably see a Midas on it because he gets a lot of kills throughout the fights. But instead he'd rather give it Voidstone to charge mana. Saving gold for the next game. And here it is, Tinkerinos and Montroller. They're both gonna get a draw. And draws are okay because it still maintains your win streak or lose streak, whatever that you have. It doesn't break it in any way. That's gonna be really nice. So that's a Mask of Madness. Montroller's gonna pick up for his future Slark. Martini's got himself another Desolator. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a crazy board for Martini with double Desolators with Deadeye. Peachlub, like I said, super strong, saving up gold now, trying to go to level 7 as planned. SwiftPanther, still playing into his build, and he's got, what did he get? Octarine this game? Peachlub's got Eos. Leeroy got Arcane Boots? I want to say he got Arcane Boots on round 15. I think he did, just to charge mana faster on his units. Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. Scrappies do have a lot of spellcasting units, and here comes the 3-star big boss board. Looks like Leeroy is gonna get absolutely annihilated. This is the counter to the Scrapples, which is the mages, and the mages gonna be doing a lot of damage to Leeroy. Leeroy here is gonna be panicking a bit. Down to 10 health on round, sorry, down 10 health on round 16. He's at 37 now. And Peachlub, so close to completing his win streak. So close. Montroller also on a win streak. I would love to see a fight between Montroller and Peachlub. Get the 2 guys with the 5 win streaks fighting together. Let's see this. Let's see how that goes. Not 8th. Yeah, Fresnel getting knocked out because disconnected too many turns. Unfortunate for him. So Montroller did hit the Ember 2 and the Queen of Pain 2-star, like we said, that this is his power spikes. Now what he's looking for is to find himself. Actually, he can play 6 assassins if he wants. Like, if he took out the Treant and the Ench, he would play 6 assassins, but he'd rather not, since he has an Ench 2 and a Treant 2-star anyway right now. So he'd rather play with just the level 1 in assassin bonus and play with the extra tanks in the meantime. And then once he does upgrade the bounty and the Slark, then he will play 6 assassins, or once he levels up. Because once he levels up, he can just throw the Slark in, take out the Ench, and put the bounty in, and make 6 assassins, which he's gonna do next turn. He's gonna be level 8 already next turn. Okay.
will not lose what I built.
So both players still get to control their win streaks, and here it is, two win streakers fighting against each other. Who's gonna be stronger, the Deadeye with the double Desolators or the Assassins? And it looks like this Bloodseeker is kind of going to town at the moment. Montroller did get a Lone Druid in here. He would like to see a Root go out onto his Bloodseeker if possible, so that it would stop attacking and healing up. And it looks like the Assassins are coming out ahead at the moment. The Clockwork is still very healthy, and nope, the Eno. That Eno did so much damage in the fight. That was actually completely unreal. Gonna beat Montroller's board. Montroller probably needs to try and get to 6 Assassins ASAP. I don't like the situation by Montroller. Like, I think he's being a bit greedy by not putting in 6 Assassins, surprisingly. Like, one of the counters to Eno is like, if he can get bursted down, and if he has 6 Assassins, he'd definitely be able to burst someone down there. In these situations, like, you don't want to 2-star your LD or anything like that, because, like... And, okay, he does have 6 Assassins in now, right? Yeah, he does. What did he take out? Oh, he went straight to level 9. Wow. So Montroller in 2 turns went from level 7 to level 9 by saving up enough gold. And this is gonna help him find his Alchemist, find his Dragon Knight, Slark, that he wants to just upgrade ASAP. So he's gonna feel really bad that he did lose his win streak last turn because he wanted to build up some more gold, because he's doing a very expensive play. Martini also went to level 9 here, but Martini gonna be taken out by Peachlub. Peachlub's mages are doing work right now. Peachlub getting that 6 mages in, the 2 3-star Axe Ogre Magi, just too much for these boards to handle. I would actually put the Ogre Magi more on like the back wall, so that it doesn't, so it can catch the assassin players and the mages don't just get killed off by the assassins instantly. The Axe obviously alone can like tank up from the front anyway, so that's fine. Leeroy, he's kind of making a comeback here. Did find himself a gyrocopter. I'm really surprised Leeroy's not putting both Midases on his gyro and the sniper. And the only thing for Leeroy right now is he doesn't have any gold to like level to 9. But once he does get gold to level to 9, he's gonna want to get a hunter in there so his sniper is hitting fast. And oh my goodness, these mages are unreal. Seriously, these mages are absolutely unreal. Like, no one stands a chance against Peachlub right now. Peachlub is just absolutely destroying it. He is just destroying it this game at the moment. Sleep gonna be taken out now, so Sleep is the next one to die. SwiftPanther is still alive with 6 health. So there's a nice blade mail there. Oh wow, that's such an epic item for Axe. Axe blade mail is so good. The damage reflection is pre-mitigation. So even if when Axe casts Berserker Call and gets a bunch of armor and the enemies don't do any damage to Axe, they still deal 30% the damage that they should deal. So if someone is dealing 100 damage when they hit Axe, they're still gonna take 30 damage no matter how much armor he has. So it's gonna be super strong. It's for this build. I would still think Peachlub wants to level to 9 at least in this kind of game, so that he can have a higher chance of finishing Kato, and maybe he can put in like a Lich into this board as well. Lich is super powerful against Scrappies. Scrappies do a lot of, most of the damage comes from right clicks, and if you slow them down, that's going to be really hard for them to deal with. Montroller here, what's his plan now? He's got a refresher. Montroller took a refresher, interestingly enough, on around 20 for his items. Now, refresher is good on LD currently because it's 2-starred, but it's also good on sanking late game. So if ever he decides to sell the Treant and the LD for Alchemist plus Dragon Knight, which are better support for assassins, he can still move his refresher onto the sanking, right? That would help him a lot. So his item decision this round was very good. And for now, the LD is just gonna do a lot. So you can take Dragon Knight here, but I'm not sure if Dragon Synergy is gonna be better than having like a 3-2 and an LD2 in the meantime. And we should also mention that he found a Faceless Void. If he doesn't get a better item for Faceless Void on round 25, he can also move the Refresher to the Void. It does give Void 75 attack speed when he casts his Chrono. But you're gonna need a 2-star Faceless Void though to make a Refresher really useful on him. Montroller fighting into Peachlub. This is a fight that we really want to see. And it looks like the Axe Call killed off that Void before he can even cast Chronosphere. But there is a Sanking in the middle of everything. Right clicking it down, and this Viper. Viper is a huge problem for us, for mages. Viper has magic resistance when he has Dragon bonus. So late game, the Viper is going to be like a really important unit for the Assassins. I think the Assassins have probably the highest chance of beating the Mage board currently. SwiftPanther going to take 5 damage from Leeroy. Leeroy only able to deal 5 damage, so only 1 unit was left alive pretty much. And it's so impressive that SwiftPanther made it this far playing Heartless with this Scrappies. And unfortunately for SwiftPanther, he hasn't found a single ace unit the entire game. And it's like round 23, so like, I guess one of the reasons why is because there's 3 players all contesting for the same aces, so that could be like the reason why they're not doing all too hot. And right now, Martini, his positioning I think is not optimal against the Assassins. His Sniper and Gyrocopter are gonna evaporate instantly, and that could be really problematic for Martini, considering Gyro Sniper are his strongest units. The Storm's gonna zip in, gonna take out the Gyrocopter there. The Sniper still got 1 health left. Here comes the Friendly Fire, gonna finish out the Sniper. And it seems like Martini is on a lose streak now. He's slowly bleeding out. So Panther gonna get knocked out for 26 damage by Montroller's Assassins. Assassins doing work. And Montroller keeping a Gyrocopter hostage in his shop and a Dusa hostage, so that the other Scrappy boards can't get them. So we're on round 24 now. Next turn will be the item round. That's gonna help. So Montroller just gonna sell off the Dusa, get 30 gold eco. He knows he needs to get to level 10 this game. Peachlub saving up gold so he can also level up to 9. His Peachlub is 1 storm off a 3-star, and he's eventually gonna hit it this game anyway. Like, there's no one contesting him for the storms, and at some point he's gonna find it. The more important thing for Peachlub to do would be to level up so he can get more units into the board, so he can keep contesting Montroller. And it's gonna be a fight between Montroller and Peachlub in the finals this game. That's for sure. And Peachlub actually gonna take some rolls and finish his Storm 3 first. Very interesting. But very good for him too. Storm 3-star is like the absolute monster mage unit. By far the best mage in the game. And as a 3-star just becomes such a powerhouse. Got 42 kills on it. So this cloak is giving him an extra 2100 HP. So that's a 5000 plus health Storm Spirit on round 25. It's just insane. Martini gonna finish a Sven, so he got scaled with his Medusa. Martini also went to level 10, and it's got an Alk and a Sanking in the shop. It doesn't seem like he can buy both of them though. He's only got 7 gold. So he's gonna have to decide which one he's gonna buy, or he's gonna have to lock both of them in the shop here. And now he's changed his positioning so the Assassins don't completely destroy him. It looks like it's going to be Martini versus Leeroy, the 2 weakest boards currently. Let's see who is stronger out of the 2. So Leeroy's Dusa dies off because of the Deadeye, but it does get his ult off first. And Leeroy seems to be much weaker. Oh, the Sven is actually dead now, and Leeroy is going to be alive. Leeroy is completely fine. The Sniper from Leeroy somehow surviving all the spells that were being thrown out, and he's gonna win this round, and he's gonna live 1 more turn. Now Martini has enough health that he can tank 2 fights. Leeroy only has enough health for 1 fight, So Leroy needs to 100% win this next fight in order to even have a chance of securing 3rd place. And these items are not going to help him much. Maybe a Hex could be interesting just for that extra disables. I'd probably put the Hex on the Dusa. So the Dusa would just charge faster. And if the Deadeye hits the Dusa, then it will get Hexed. Because the Dusa has the lowest amount of health, right? Out of all the units that he has. So the Deadeye is going to hit the Dusa first. So the Hex on the Dusa would be really, really nice here. And we'll also give him extra mana so he can... she can cast the ult faster. So it's gonna be Leeroy versus either the mages or the assassins. So this fight is gonna be really bad for Leeroy, no matter how you see it. So let's see how... He's probably gonna die here. Unless there's gonna be a big ultimate from this Dusa that's gonna freeze everything while the Gyrocopter and Sniper just go to town. Oh, that Chronosphere was not good for Montroller. Very good for Leeroy though. Leeroy gets the Dusa ult off, but it seems like he's gonna be okay. Oh, not quite yet. The Sark is still popping off. The Sark has not died yet in the fight. The Sanking. Oh my goodness, that Sark with 1 HP. But it seems like Leeroy managed to kill enough units that he's left with 1 health in this game. 1 health. He's got 1 more turn to complete a Dusa or a Gyrocopter. Gonna keep rolling. He doesn't get anything. Sells off the Alchemist. Takes 2 more rolls. Finds absolutely nothing in the shop. Now his only chance here is to fight Martini 1 more time and win the round. Right? He just fought into Montroller, so there's a chance that he's gonna fight Peachlub or Martini next. And he's gonna fight into Martini. This is the best case scenario for Leeroy. If he fought the mages, this game would be a complete disaster for him. And here it is. He does not have the Hex on the Dusa. So the Deadeye is not going to get hexed up, but the Dusa does get the ult off. That's a really, really good ult from Leeroy's Dusa. Going to delay the fight long enough. The Sanking 2-star is deep for Martini. And it looks like Martini is going to come out ahead. That Weaver is the last one left alive. And here's the Underlord versus the Weaver and the Underlord of Martini, and Leeroy's dead for another 6 damage, and it looks like Peachlub also takes out Montroller for 12 damage there. Peachlub got 38 gold, level 9 now. So Leeroy gonna go out in 4th place. Peachlub 40 gold from leveling up to level 10 if he plans to, or he can just roll, try to hit some upgrades. Does find another Kumka. Is looking for a Morph 2-star if he can, or even a Keeper. I guess rolling does make sense since he needs to get that Keeper 2-star badly. Round 28, having a Keeper 1 feels super bad in a game where like you're completely uncontested. And the Keeper of the Light gonna die too fast because of the Deadeye. The Lich ult does come out here for Peachlub, and the Storm Spirit though gonna get frozen by the Dusa Stone Gaze. But the Storm, last unit left alive, gonna be zipping around here. Surprisingly, Martini is winning, but it's not really winning, but is losing much less than you'd normally expect. And the reason being is because he's got scaled, right? Martini's got scaled, so he's slowing down like how fast he's dying in this game. Montroller, it looks like he actually beat Peachlub this time around. Let's see what Montroller's shop has now. He is level 10. He doesn't take the Slarks to try to 3-star it. He does take the Alchemist though. And he's gonna keep on rolling here. I'm really surprised that Montroller actually sold his LD instead of the Treant. Which is very interesting. Because if he sold the Treant instead of the LD can still provide a bear that can stun people. But now he sold the Treant to put the Alkin. Also has a Sven in this game, so this scaled from the Sven is gonna help him beat the mages as well. That's probably what happened in the last fight. I do think the mages have the highest, the assassins have the highest chances of beating the mages, but Montroller's gonna need to find himself a Void 2-star ASAP in order to be able to do that. And Martini gotta take out Montroller here. The Scotty Medusa doing a lot of work. Now, if Montroller can finish his Gyro 2-star somehow, he can actually make a comeback here. And Montroller gonna skip the Martini gonna skip the Tinker. Hold on, Tinker is super good here because it provides you with 4 inventors. I think that's not good for Martini because if he had 4 inventors, it's really good against assassins because they blow up when they kill them, and then that does a shit ton of damage too. Even if it's a 1-star Tinker. When Gyro gets 2-star, he has like 2,800 health or whatever, right? And that's like a lot of damage too. The clock, the timber saws, they also, when they blow up, do a lot of damage to the assassins because assassins are melee. Martini gonna fight Montroller's board one more time here. His ghost that is, so he's gonna get another turn, more breathing room available for Martini. And the Scrappies are at it again. Peachlub gonna lose to Montroller, so it's kind of like a rock paper scissors situation right now. It seems like Martini loses to Peachlub, but Peachlub loses to Montroller, and Montroller is losing to Martini. But these items on round 30 could definitely help. There is a Bester. I think Bester is amazing here. If you take Bester, right, over the refresher, if you take this Bester and you put it on like a Razor, right, that means when the Caudal gets dead-eyed, the Caudal can still cast ultimate, right? Which is insane. Because that's exactly what you need. But Montroller just finished a Void 2-star. And Montroller picked up a Satanic. That's going to give him a little bit of extra HP and life steal for somebody. I don't know who he's going to put on. He's going to put on the Ember. Interesting. One sec.
We got more people to kill.
So Montroller fighting into Martini's board once again. Peachlub gonna take Martini out for 10 damage here. It looks like Martini actually got Aegis. It's kind of interesting, but it seems like Montroller is stronger now than Martini, just by a little bit only. So if some random situations happen, he could be even better. Martini gonna put Vladimir's on his Sven. And he finds the Alchemist on... Sorry, he's put the Aegis on the Alchemist. Finds nothing in the shop. The only thing he's really looking for is a Gyro 2-star. So he realizes that even if he rolls one more time, he finds 2 Gyros. That's terrible. So he's just going to collect a 10 gold interest point here. Aegis on his Alchemist. I'd probably put it on the Sanking, I think. I think Sanking Aegis is probably a little bit better just so you have more stuns here. And here comes the fight against the Assassins. And the Assassins actually jumping the Deuce up first. And the Slark gets in the middle of it. Didn't even get a single hit off. It's going to get stunned up. And the Slark is actually already dead because of the Deadeye. And the Void with the double Chronosphere onto the Dusa there. That's going to be really nice to slow down the Dusa just a little while longer. But the Dusa still completely untouched. Way too powerful with the Scotty against the Assassins. Going to win this fight. So the last fight Montroller won, maybe we can call it a little bit of like luck or something. And it looks like Martini is actually making a comeback. The Assassin player not being able to get what he wants, suffering heavily here. Martini finds a Gyrocopter. Can he finish the 2-star Gyro? That is the question. Got 2 more rolls. Oh, no Gyrocopter. Unfortunate for him. Now, the best case scenario. And I'd probably put the pipe on the Sanking right here. Pipe on Sanking so he gets more stuns off or something. Yeah, we'll see. Best case scenario, Montroller fights the Assassins. Sorry, Montroller fights the Mages, and he does. Actually, both players are fighting the Mages, so this is going to come down to who's going to die first. Or if Montroller can actually beat the Mages, he can secure himself 2nd place. One of these 2 players is going to get 2nd. And it looks like the Assassins are dead here. But is Martini dying faster than the Assassins are? And it seems like the assassins have died first, and Martini is gonna secure himself second place. And Peachlub with that early game 3-star Axe and Ogre Magi, crushing this game. Wins with 60 health, gonna get first place. Big Boss 3 stars. Poggers. Martini second, Montroller third, leeeroy fourth. That was very impressive by Martini to come back from like a really tough situation. I think the Vladimirs really helped quite a bit.